Welcome to our Jolly Magical Moment.
Are you in there, Garrett?
Yeah.
Number 3. Nice to be with y'all. We've got family in the room.
Family in the portal. We got us a portal. And we do.
Yes. you do.
Yes. We're hanging out in the spot with Yael and Garrett. Dell's over here doing some self-care. Oh, yeah, I asked you while you got your mouth full of water.
Oh my God.
Oh, feel free to comment, say hi, let us know what's going on with you. What were we just talking about? Tattoos?
I was planning our trip to Guatemala in March to do more work with the cacao shaman, Keith, for our Keith's cacao ceremonies.
Wow.
And we were talking about this amazing place to stay that's like for nothing, for $400 to $600 a week.
A week.
For luxury accommodations. And I mean, even by San Marcos, damn, I'm looking at these places where you just like wake up and look over the lake and you're in magic land. Seriously. I'm like, y'all, sign me up, please. Thank you. And then I went into saying how I want to get a necklace that says, yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Or tattoo.
No, I don't know the permanency of it. Yes, I mean, obviously the permanency of Yael, but do I really need my name tattooed on my...
I hear you.
I don't know. But like I said, if I was to get a tattoo, it would say, trust and allow. Everything is happening for our highest good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I can't say anything. I got my initials on me twice.
I got 4 different characters that say the same thing on my back. All my name. So I got my name 4 times.
You got your name in what languages?
They're all in different intonations of Chinese. Traditional
Really?
Chinese.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think that. Yael. I don't, you know what? I really don't know. Because, all right, El Al, the airline is just the 2 symbols. L, and then, okay. So I would just be the one. Yael would be the same thing. It would just be 2 symbols.
Got it.
It would just be 2 letters. So no, I'd rather have my 4 letters spelled out. Yael.
Got it.
Yeah.
How many tats do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm the odd one out. I have no tats. I'm the only one. I'm the only one whose body is virgin skin. Virgin skin. I would get a flower of life tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I need another. I want another year of play because we're always expanding and evolving, and so the permanency is just a lot.
You could always add.
Yeah, she those funny ones. So let's say like when somebody gets a tattoo or somebody they're with at the moment, and then they break up, and then they change the tattoo to something completely opposite. I saw this one. What was it, like last week or this week? A person had a portrait of their ex, and they broke up. So he changed it from the picture to his or a picture of his ex to the Grim Reaper.
Oh wow,
That's funny.
That's cold-hearted. That's what cold-hearted.
You see, now the other thing is the color of tattoos. Now, the silly thing was in our retreat that we did recently, I had my little like temporary tattoos, which are all like silver and gold and stuff. And I had the little love one. If I could get a tattoo in the color of gold, so it's kind of subdued but still there.
Yeah.
They could do it gold like that. Then I might think of like a flower of life in gold or something.
I'm sure we could brand some gold into you. See how that works.
Brand some gold into me.
Just get gold leaf and just.
I don't know.
I'll bet some way, somewhere they have tattoos that.
I don't want it to be gold. I just want it to look gold in
I bet
color.
they have it.
Well, they do have like bright white tattoos that people get, And,
No, right? No, that wouldn't.
and it's like it's a little bit like raised, so it's like
Oh,
thing
with
with
like
like
sticking my skin.
mm-mm.
No, I don't know.
So no bright white tattoos.
No. I know what I could do.
What's that?
Every start to the summer, I could get like a cutout of paper and paste it on my arm till I'd get a tan. And then it could be different every year. And I'd just like make sure I go get a tan with like the paper cut, like the stencil, like a stencil, and then tan around my stencil.
All right.
That's
And
good.
this way it can be different every single year.
I was thinking about that with this flower light chain I have because it's open.
Ow.
I sit outside in the
It's
sun
open.
like this, and then I take it off. I get a flower light.
Oh, I thought. Well, think of the ring. Think of the ring.
It works.
The things that it does work.
Totally.
It could be done. I used to think of this with this other necklace that I had. I can't remember what it was, but I was thinking about, ooh, if I place this exactly, then I can have it like show it perfectly every time I go lay out. It didn't work because it kept moving.
Everybody's tuning in. This is what normal.
It kept moving.
This is the normal conversation we be having, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then we just go through some cosmic shit.
I don't know. I think Kai and I covered that today.
Talk about it. What happened? I'm pretty sure. And then we can talk about what we talked about.
Oh my God.
We were talking about MASH, what you were talking about, like almost verbatim.
We came up with a new word.
Yes.
Releasing traumatic energy from the body. Trauma and karmic energy from the body.
Oh.
So we came up with a new word. It's traumatic energy.
Wow.
That was pretty
We
brilliant.
got us a new word. Releasing traumatic energy from the body. Well, it's funny that it's come up for me and others that I know that we've released situations from our past and understand them in our mind and in our hearts, but we realize that the energy is still stuck in the body on a cellular level. So that's how traumatic energy, karmic and trauma energy from the body. We forget that's the last place because we don't see it, we don't feel it as much. We don't know that we're feeling it as much. So it is so important to release that energy from the body with intention. And whatever facilitator and modality works for you, but with intention. To release it on a cellular structure, we can do that either in meditation, like literally going into the DNA and picking that crap out. We can do that. I know that we know how to do. I'm trying to, and then there's people who do tantric work, like tantric massage and stuff like a trauma release massage to get it out of the body.
That's great.
What are some other ways to get out traumatic energy from the body?
Well, of course, there's infinite ways. It's like what works for
therapy.
That person. Like you said, therapy. I feel like it's all about acknowledging the essence of it. It's acknowledging what's happening and be able to release it in any way. And it'll also be like talking through it or just being with it, but it's shedding the light that you are to that whatever that part is.
You could do it with. Oh my God, we just saw on the Lost Resort. They were doing it like with ecstatic dance. They were doing it through ecstatic dance, like literally going into the attempt. I'm gonna shake it up, shake it up. I mean, what a fun way is it to do that? Do that way to release it. That's a really good way. That's a fun way to do it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways.
The ocean.
Oh my God, biomat.
Walking outside in grass.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, I've done that where I literally felt like Pachamama, like gravity was pulling all the crap out of my body and going right into the earth to be transmuted.
Wow.
Oh my God. And I mean, it was palpable. It was really palpable. Feel that energy just literally, like there was a magnet in the core. Not like, because we know there is. Like literally Pachamama was just sucking it all with this big magnet, just pulling it all out of me and going right in where she was going to transmute it into something like an olive tree.
Wow.
I don't know.
And let's ask our viewers if you have any techniques that you like to use to release traumatic or karmic or traumatic energy.
Traumatic energy.
So what's the other thing? past life regression people do
Mm-hmm.
for releasing it.
Well, I don't know if that does more shedding light.
I actually did took us through it was my first like meditation, and I was just guided to go back many generations. I think I went back like
seven.
Yeah, it was a couple hundred years.
You did 7 in one and 500 years in the
and
other.
That was kind
really
of interesting because that's something I want to delve back into because that really resonated. Because that's another way to.
Well, I had a huge experience with that.
Yeah, because you took it to a whole nother.
Oh,
level.
I took a whole nother level. I realized the whole patterning of the ancestral pattern on my on the maternal side of my family. I realized that had nothing to do with me. I was over here having a lifetime doing other shit, having fun over there. And that had nothing to do with me energetically. So I didn't really have to feel like I took any of it on. I was just born there. So maybe there was a little bit stuck in the physicality of the DNA, but just as we're talking about, easily release that to just know that's not your history. That is just not your history.
Yeah.
Not in you, not difficult to release, easy to release.
Once you observe it.
Once you shed light on it and you understand, wow, this really isn't me. And that's the whole big thing is people think like, oh, I inherited all this crap from the family. And it's just like when you realize, no, you really didn't, because while this was going on, you were off doing something else. You're off either playing in the cosmos or having a lifetime somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just chose to come into this one for whatever experiences were for your highest good, but you get to control the situation. You get to release the energy that you don't want from it and take away the experiences that were for your highest good, for your own expansion and joy and fulfillment, so that you can have a joyful, happy experience in the physical.
Yeah.
It's funny about that, like choosing what experience to go into, because they say we chose this one. I forgot where I heard it at, but they was talking about how supposedly before you like decide to go with this one, you have different choices. So I always wonder like what would my choices have been. Let's say if I go back and it's like, okay, you could have been Kobe Bryant or something like that. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Why did I choose that? I just think like that sometimes in my mind. Can you imagine like it was just something like crazy, like something like?
Oh no, I remember when we were just talking about when I was first told about, oh, you choose your parents. I'm like, there's no way I chose this shit. I was like, I remember, and again, this is when I was a kid, like long before I was on this, like, on my remembering of my spiritual path. And I was just like, there's no freaking way in hell I chose this. No way. Like, oh, yeah, I did, didn't I? Of course, I didn't realize that till like 20 years later.
Oh yeah.
Kind of goes into what Del and I were talking about, and this is more my version of it is you get over yourself a little bit.
Well, that was one of the other things that Kai and I were reading, is that whole Garrett kind of triggered it with saying getting over yourself, but realizing that need to be right, or is really perpetuating the energy of the conflict. And the idea of the conflict, the bigger picture, is to step outside of it. Completely.
Not to win it.
Not to win it, but to step outside of it and say, what information was I giving myself by choosing to participate in this? Not like, oh, I've got to be right, you've got to be wrong. Like, oh, what was the lemonade or opportunity that this situation, and literally drawing yourself out so you understand there is no right and wrong. There was a whole energetic purpose to this occurrence to further you on your path to joy and having a beautiful life of trusting and allowing and experiencing and creating. Yeah. So you guys had a co-creation.
Another little offshoot of that is also, are they and other people ready to hear what you have to say? Because we've all experienced when you're in a group of people and everyone's talking about one thing and one person is triggered and hears something completely different. And everyone goes, no, we were all talking about X. No, you said they're evil. No, we just mentioned X. And it's amazing what people either aren't
Yeah, we
ready to
had that.
hear or what they think they heard because they're stuck in a belief or a guilt sin or whatever, and it's just it's
I
really-
mean, and it can literally be, and
That's my
Garrett knows
experience,
this
personally.
firsthand, where they literally hear, not just the intention being different, but literally heard, because their perspective was so strong of themselves, literally heard completely different words coming out of the person's mouth that did not exist.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
In that moment, like literally repeating right back at them. I was just like, no, that's not what this person said. Wait, are you sure? No, I heard this. I mean, and knowing for certain.
And when did I did that.
You did that in the
mastered
in
that.
the counseling
I did that.
session.
We went to counseling. I was like, yeah, I'm going to show. She's going to see. And
I want to go to counseling because I've got to be
see-
right.
see what
I
she
know
did.
some. I
And
want to
they're
go.
like, wait a minute. You just said no.
She didn't
And
say
I'm
that
like,
at all.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. No, she didn't. And then I literally went. Then I went shut down. No, pulled that little kid,
But no, it was a
Okay.
beautiful
inner
perspective.
child coming out.
No, but it was a beautiful lesson for both of
I'm
us
getting comfortable.
to understand that people really listen through their own perspective. And then that whole projecting of your own stuff onto other people, but understanding the beauty of that, because then that co-creation is a mirror back to you. What do you get to release? What do you get to celebrate? What do you get to release? What do you get to learn about yourself? So all of the situations that you create, and whether it's adverse or whether it's pleasurable, are really reflections of what your higher self is trying to tell you, the message that you're trying to tell yourself, or understanding perspective, how you think about yourself, because that's going to mirror what you think about other people.
Yeah.
Okay, you and I had fun.
That was
Yeah.
good.
We were talking about that too, like proving right. Making sure like we're gonna prove that we're right, but then also doing this thing. We're coming to
That
find
little
out
kid.
we're both the
Yep.
babies in
Inner
our
child
family.
comes up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we're just talking about how like that played out for in our adult life, and then also as like relationships and everything. Being a kid, for me, I was saying like how I was treating people like my toys, like I was a kid. Like you're my toy, so I would
You
get
will be
very
this way.
yeah, you be this way, and then this is the cool. I'm the coolest person. You gotta play with me. If you don't play with me or somebody else try to play with my toy, I'm gonna get mad and throw temper tantrums.
One of the really cool things that just absolutely totally left my head, so I have no idea what I'm going to say next is okay. No, it came back. So I mean, one of the things that we experienced with somebody else is them saying, somebody wanted to be proved right, and they said, "Well, what are you trying to protect? What are you trying to protect in proving you're right?" Well, I know I'm right. So, well, if you really know you're right in your definition, why do you have to prove it to anyone else? If you're confident and validated in what you believe, why do you have to make sure that everybody else sees it the same way? So they said, what are you trying to protect? What are you trying to prove with this?
Yeah.
And showing your perspective. And that was a big lesson for me in self-validation. Like, I agree with what I think. I don't need to make everybody else agree with me.
Yeah.
I can be excited, and for those that want to know, I get excited and exuberant and want to share all this stuff. Yeah. But I do not feel that I have to make everybody think the way that I do, or that my way is the only right way, because we're all going to the same place of connection and oneness. And the path that we get there is different for everybody. I am trying to choose a path, not of a hard bus, not even of an easy bus, but I want the magic bus to get there.
Exactly.
You bus, magic bus.
And you have the right to do that.
Exactly. And those who gravitate or vibrate in that same level will want to hear more about it, and I'll be able to share. And those that don't, awesome. Bless you. I can't wait to see you there at the end, and find out how you got there.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah. We're seeing now a lot of people. It was been going on for so long. How people are trying to prove that their way is the only way, is the only right way.
Like he did. He was trying to do it his way.
Now I gotta bring props in here.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about my boy, my superhero Thanos.
He was trying to do it his way and thought that he had to do it his way by destroying everything first.
He brought balance. It was all about balance for him. But he had experience. He had a traumatic experience in his life in which he thought that this is the right way to do it, because he said, what was it, in Infinity Wars, he was saying how his planet got destroyed from overpopulation, and he presented the idea to them of bringing balance, of killing half the people, whatever, to bring order and help to sustain living. They didn't believe him. They laughed at him, and then the planet got destroyed. So then he started going as a titan for doing that, because that was his belief. I believe that there needs to be balance for everybody. And of course, he also...
But you can't make everybody adhere to your belief.
And also, isn't he like playing out his old trauma over?
Oh, that's right. That was the other thing we were talking about.
We're going deep with it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, you're going to repeat the same patterns, the same situations, maybe with different people, until you learn a lesson that you're trying to give yourself with this. And then when you can understand that it's not their fault or your fault, it's this beautiful co-creation of lessons you get, or not lessons, but information that you both get to learn or remember. And Garrett and I played out lots of those scenarios over and over, and are in such a beautiful place where we realize, not only realize, but celebrate the actions that each other took to help us get to this place where we are now, of realizing the beautiful co-creation that it took, on some very adversarial, but to get where we are in this recognition of where we are and where we're going. And
to be able to, and like the analogy I use is, everyone's got a box that they view the world through, and that's their perception of how the world should be. And I like to, and we've learned to not just have our box, but have a container that's able to accept and transmute things that are no longer or for our highest good about each other, because we're completely different as how we do things. She's this way, I'm that way. No better, no less, just different. And then together we work a different way.
And even stronger together.
Right. But when we work separate, there's certain things where I like to work with this type. She's more whatever. And it's just, and we finally gotten to that point where it's okay, to be and work with people that we want to work with, and choose the type of people and how we want to, carry them, but through their choice. I'm more fun. You're not fun, but I'm in the moment. I go through my own, I only teach through my own experience, and I'm getting lost in my thought. But
that's because you stopped by saying you were more fun.
No, I didn't mean that.
Co-creation, baby. Co-creation.
I don't know what I mean by that.
No, I'm saying this is beautiful. This is co-creation.
Yeah.
But see, I don't look at it from him saying, oh, what, I'm not fun? Wait, what do you mean I'm not fun? What? No, I'm looking at co-creation. This is awesome.
No, now I know what I meant by that. Not fun. Meaning, like Dell's always pointing out, you get so childlike about what you do. And when I first heard that for a moment, it was from him and another friend of ours, and I was like, no, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. That's how I do my thing. That's my gift. That's my gig. That's my always joke. Keep it, fun, childlike. And I've learned to embrace it. But getting back to the point, yes, we've gotten to the point where let her be her and I'll be me, and we meet in the middle and we let each other be who we are without the.
And what's so beautiful is quite often the roles interchange, and then he'll take on a little bit of what I do, and I'll take on a little bit of what he does.
Exactly.
And which is why we've really discovered, and we've actually had people that have done sessions with us separately and together, and they were just like, yeah, I really kind of like it when you are doing it with the both of you guys together, because I'm getting both perspectives. And we have learned really well. I mean, we're like 90% there on the, okay, I know when he's got to say something and it's got to be right now, and he knows when I've got to say something and it's
when I'm doing a card reading or whatever, and I have something to say, I'll if it's immediate, I just whatever. But if I want to get it, if it's time for them to hear the information, it's either I tap the card, I tap the deck, and she's like, yep, she knows. She's like, okay, he's.
But we
okay,
also
he's ready.
feel it now from each other. We're in a space where instead of having to prove, like, oh my God, I've got to get out my point and what I'm saying right now, we have really relaxed
Learn
so
to sit
much
with
on
it.
that. Is that no, but even more so is that we're reading each other's energy. Like, okay, I'm feeling because we're all for the highest good of the person that we're working with. So I feel okay. Now it's time for me to back Garrett's got because what Garrett's going to say is going to lead into this. And if what I have to say is really important, I'm definitely going to remember it. And I can always write it down on a paper.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have made so many strides to the point where now we just love doing sessions together.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we even started really doing sessions together until we really kind of figured that we just knew we were at a point where it would work. And it worked, I think, right from the beginning.
Well, I'll speak for myself and what I, not teach, but what I practice and preach is get over yourself. It's all about getting over yourself. Like for me, getting triggered in traffic, and getting impatient with people. It's like once I got to the point of what are you getting triggered about? So what that the person cut you off? So what that the old lady, or whatever they said that? Who cares? Get over yourself. And then that led me into me being the way I want to work with people. Is I want to work with people when I say that or mention that they may be a little triggered, but they're still intrigued. Like, yeah, I need that. That's what I want. That's what I want to work. Then, and Emily's not like that, or Yael's not like that, but she can identify with it. And in fact, just the other day, we were working with someone. She was doing her style, and I just like, you know what? I need to say this, and I said it in my way, and I got all exuberant with her, and like, it's okay to be this. And she's like, it totally shifted, and she's like, oh, thank you. Wow, I saw someone be vulnerable. Like, yeah, it's not all about being this or that. Anyways, I lost my thought again.
How about you guys?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pout. Hold on, I'm gonna pout.
How about you guys?
Always answer first. You answer first.
I don't know. What's the question?
What's been going on with you lately and playing together?
Doing spontaneous stuff like this.
This is fun.
Like this.
What DS?
Hi. is a lot of fun. For me, that meant letting go of. No, it's text message. That for me meant letting go of planning. It meant letting go of having to be prepared. It meant letting go of, knowing what I was going to do or what I was going to say. For me, it's like a paradigm shift.
It's that letting go, that trusting and allowing that what's going to come out and who's going to be on there watching is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question, Kai? Because let's just use this metaphor. You're on this side, I'm on that side of that. Meaning, for me, I'm not a planner really. I'm not I'm more of like, hey, let's just do it. Let's, I work in the moment. I teach in the moment. I help in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like to go from to being like, whoa? Because if I had to be all of a sudden, hey, you got to be writing things down and knowing this and that, that would be very, what was that like to lean over to my side of the fence and be like, yeah, or was it not fun to embrace that?
It was not fun at first because what I was confronted with was being responsible. So I felt responsible for the outcome. I felt responsible for the production. I felt responsible for how things would go in each person's experience. And to let go of that and make space for things to go wrong if they, wrong. What is wrong, right? Yeah. So to let go and just have things as they are was really liberating. Is really liberating.
Awesome.
Sweet.
But it was scary. It was like, ooh, at first. It was like, no, I don't want to. Right? Like, how do you, what?
But I have more energy now because now I'm not responsible for everyone. I'm responsible for me.
Right.
Ooh, that sounds like a universal truth for a lot of us. taking that responsibility for just you and letting go of the responsibility of others and focusing.
And there's a
with that.
difference between that and wanting to help others.
Yeah, but we just talk about
serve
like the horse in the water. We can lead the horse to the water, but the horse has to be ready to drink it.
Water.
Yeah.
Water.
Is that like your
Water.
daughter?
Water.
I got that down. I got that down south voice as well.
That's New York.
Water.
Water.
Lawyer.
Water. When we had the
No, that would be Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water. Get caught it at the packy.
No, it's not. It's carded at the packy.
Wow.
My car keys. I'm carded.
But yeah, it's like when they're ready, then of course we can be able to help people. It's when they're ready. A lot of us wait or try to wait for the person to be ready and try to help them to get ready, and they're not ready. So it's like pulling a tiger that's locked into the ground.
It's like floating a marlin.
Yeah. It's like trying to swim with an anchor on your leg.
So then let me guess, you meet them where they are.
Exactly.
What a concept.
Is that amazing?
Yeah. And then the university gets to teach you about patience. And meeting somebody where they are unconditional.
Even though you're for me, it's I'm trying to explain them to pick up the glasses, and I cannot tell them. I know I can't tell them, and it's just, and it's finally they pick up the glass. You're oh, anyway. Again, this is me being.
And that's the integration of both sides, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. I was telling you about that on my brother's call I had yesterday. They asked a question about what side or what your opinion on the divine feminine, because of course it's a group of masculine men and they feel like they need to integrate more the divine feminine side being flowy, the energy, but then creating, but then also just at flow of life. And what the masculine side is more get stuff done. Keep going. The aggressive side. It works because sometimes you gotta take that action. But talking about that, I was telling them, I was like, yeah, I've been integrating so much more of this feminine side, this divine feminine side of me. And as I was talking to Garrett earlier today, I was like, that was actually something that I had more of, the feminine. But then from life experience, from relationships and things like that, I closed up that side of me and went to the other side full throttle on the masculine side, but way too much of the masculine side, aggressive, asshole, narcissist, all that stuff. And now since I've been integrating now and I've been realizing that, and also just hearing Yao, Garrett, and you talk about it, it's when we're in flow and we co-create, what happens is so beautiful because in that co-creation, there's no I'm the masculine, you're the feminine. It flows simultaneously. So in one moment, you may be the masculine side, I'm the feminine. And
that's what I saw with Garrett and I know.
It's the co-creation, yin and yang type of thing.
So beautiful.
May I build a little container for that?
Go ahead.
How I explain it. And for me, it's masculine, feminine, balanced is just that. It's balanced. But if you take the masculine and feminine that's balanced and unify it, then it's like the Pisces or the the dark and the light. It's always ever.
Yeah.
It's unified.
Yeah.
It's more than balanced. It's balanced plus. It's unified, and that's the way I've always looked at it. It's
and when you get that within a person, when you're with a man that's got beautifully balanced energies, when you're with a man that's got that. I mean, I'm just going to say using it as a man because I just recognize that so much because there are just so many men that are so beautifully coming into that balance.
Yeah.
And it's just incredible. You and Garrett are just awesome to be around.
Yeah.
Your energy. It's just a very comfortable energy. It's a very, I can breathe around them.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Safe.
It's great. Yeah. Safe.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing to do, nothing more to be. Yeah.
That was one of the things that when I knew that Garrett was the right guy for me, he was the first guy that I'd ever been with where I wasn't thinking about what should I do next or how should I act or what should I do. He was the first guy I could totally be myself with.
Rained, she's outside and twirling and dancing in the rain. And to me, at that moment in time, it was like, all right, well, this is different, but I'm gonna. It's that girl. It's that girl. It's her. It's okay. This is all right. Well, it's like, yeah, this is kind of cool. Okay, and it was just the beginning of that. Seeing that, not just being like, oh, jeez, what are you doing? Why are you dancing around like that?
Which I've had that reaction
And
from
which
other
I've
guys that
done
I've been
with
involved
many
with.
others before, but this time I didn't. I just went, okay. Come on out and dance with me. No, I'm okay. And I remember saying, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm gonna watch. And it was, it was, yeah. That was cool.
See, those like the fairy tales things that happen.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't care if I had makeup on or not. I just felt so fully accepted as myself and comfortable there.
Yeah.
And he literally was the first guy that I ever truly felt that way with.
Well, because I knew before you did. I just knew. And I was like, all right, this is it. This is it. Yep.
See, that's the way he explained it.
Because that Bob Dylan song, and Bob Dylan fans, curly-haired, brown-eyed girl. That's not the name of the song, but anyways. And there's a line in there about curly-haired, brown-eyed girl, and I swear I'm getting a channel too at the same time. It's like a card reading channel. I literally know created's the wrong word. Just attracted you, I guess is the right word. Because that was
recreated the experience of the
what
person that we wanted to be
with. It was
with.
that song, and of course you gotta hear Bob Dylan. She's like, I'd rather be stabbed in the head with a knife than listen to Bob Dylan. I'm like, oh, okay. But anyway, it was
no disrespect to Bob Dylan fans.
No, but that I always said, wow. It took me a couple of years to realize you created her, like literally, because that's what I wanted.
Manifested.
Yeah, not created. Manifested, brought forth.
And on my end, I
Opened
connected with him on the soul plane in a program that I did with my teacher, who became our teacher for attracting your soulmate, which is what we now do. But I connected with him on the soul plane, and there were things that he literally said to me that were almost verbatim what I heard. And I connected with him in meditation on the soul plane.
Wow.
The energy of it.
And real quick, here's my real quick. All the times before, I would think I meant those things when I said them to other females, but they were just things that it was more like,
you said them to other
I
females.
wanted to say this because she's going to think this sounds this way. And this time I was writing.
You said those things to other women.
Hold on. Sorry. Let me get this out.
You said real quick.
Let me get this out. It was because these things that I was writing, they weren't cheesy now. They were things I meant. But if you look back at them from my old perspective, it was like, what, did you copy Hallmark? What, did you just make this stuff? What do you mean? If you were planted, what was it? If
you said that to someone else?
No. Oh my God. Please let me finish.
I'm taking on the fun part.
Yeah.
I'm taking on the fun role right now.
No, my point being is I was saying those things just to say them, to get them to want this. But this time I was writing them and saying them. But still, I look back at them and think and go, she must be thinking this is from a Hallmark card or something. Because this is, wow. And I, even myself, as I'm writing some of them, like, whoa, where is this shit coming from? But it really was coming from me. Then I was just stepping into my spirituality and who I am and whatever. And it was, it's very interesting.
I love that.
So I just had to be clear on that. So
You
understood what I was saying.
We got a comment from Yuvelka. She says, "Hi, friends."
I'm just going to drop a seed. Next time we'll do this with cacao.
You do a morning live, our morning cacao, except you not have to get up a lot earlier.
I'm not getting up at 3:30.
3:45.
Go to bed at 3:30. Maybe like ships passing in the night. It'd be like that. Oh, it was that movie Lady Hawk, where the one turns into, oh, frig, what was it?
You're going way
The
back
wolf,
now.
and then the other one
Way
turns
back. I
into the
remember
hawk, but they cross over for just a second at sunrise.
Oh wow.
We're
when they
dating ourselves.
switch.
We're dating ourselves.
Lady Hawk was a timeless movie.
To you, to us.
Come on, Michelle Pfeiffer, Rutger
When
Hauer,
was that?
Matthew Broderick.
86?
No, it was later than that.
Okay. I thought it was like mid 80s. Never mind.
My late 80s,
I don't
early
know.
90s, whatever.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm hungry.
that was our magical moment for the day. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm gonna
Thank you for inviting us to
Yeah, this was fun. We
to
want to
play
do this
with
again.
you.
yeah. This is
It's
pretty
the
cool.
playpen. Our
Mhm.
little playpen.
And I
We welcome people into our playpen.
I would like to just say one more thing that, and this is just for me. What resonates with me is, and I invite you out there to lean into this, is look at vulnerability as your power and your strength instead of instead of weakness. 'Cause
It's your connection.
our society is, in certain constructs, we're not told that vulnerability is a strength, and I just invite you to lean into that. Sorry.
Very nice.
Received.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a powerful.
By the way, I get teary when I channel.
Yeah. Heart. That heart energy. Yeah, it's beautiful. A beautiful message for everybody. And somebody just commented.
Yoga says magical friend show.
Oh my God. I love that.
Right?
Forget the magical garden. We're the magical friends show.
We could do it around the campfire when it gets a little cooler.
It's gonna be cooler tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. Because we got us a portal. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Juju, for joining in.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Whoa.
Have a great weekend.
Oh, stay magical.